Good morning, everyone. This is Midnight Brands coming to you with Prep Breath for Monday, May 1st, 2023. And I do sincerely hope that everybody had a great weekend. It was nice and pleasant around here. I was able to get a few things done. Got a whole bunch of prep work done for just things around the house, food in general. It's nice kind of getting all the meals and stuff like that prepped for the week. You don't have to worry about family saying they're hungry for dinner because you can just tell them, oh, go look at and grab X out of the fridge. So, pretty beautiful. Nice, cool weekend too for the Central Texas area. It's pretty nice. So, like I said, hopefully everybody else had a great one. Gonna go ahead and get started here, and we will dig right in. I'm going to begin with SVXY and stuff here, but first gonna just visualize the kind of week ahead. So this morning got S&P Global Manufacturing, ISM. Later this week got a bunch of other things. Got CPI stuff coming out of Euro tomorrow early morning, so if you're up, be prepared. These are in Central Times here, I do believe. Let's double check that real quick. It doesn't say if that's Central Time or not. Let me check one other thing here. Yep, sorry, no, those are Eastern Time for sure. Okay, so 9:45, 8:45. This will be super early. This will be 4 a.m. Central when you get CPI out of Europe. So it should be interesting going into this week here. Starting off, SVXY, pretty clean levels for the day on this one. Got a nice little zone on the upside there with full photo ADRs and whatnot on that one. Just double checking here. So SVXY 6920, basically unchanged. Beneath there, you've got really a whole bunch of wide open space until you get to trend guide reversal. Under that, don't really like it that much, but there is the quarterly trend guide, monthly trend guide reversal. It's there. We're farting around with it. You got trend strength reference point right beneath it. Could include it as a bigger zone. I don't really care about it at this point. Underneath, a little bit more important, you got trend guide as well as a swing anchored VWAP from that test on the late 26th. 26th at 2:30 in the afternoon, and then there's some structure at the 6850 mark there. And then further down below, you get your weekly pivot, sheet 1 day full ADRs, and there's a gap fill there as well. So that is it for SVXY. Moving on to VIX. VIX got a little bit of a pop there. It is tried popping up above trend guide, and it's back down below. It's back down to 1645-ish. Did add these couple of zones here, so added this monthly pivot, weekly pivot, gap fill. There's also the gap fill here. To watch that more as just a potential div, but I would expect that if we're going to come up here, we're going to push all the way in and grab that. Above there, there's some structure here, just looking left. There's also full ADRs, didn't note the color on it. Further above, if we decide to really get going again, like this would be, things get moving here, but you get your monthly trend guide, weekly photo, weekly trend guide one, excuse me. Even got a good amount of sleep. Anywho, trend strength there, and then further below, daily trend guide reversal. There is way down below here at the 1430, 1440-ish level. Monthly trend guide reversal, weekly trend guide reversal, etc. I didn't note it. It's there. It's just I didn't pull the screen down to capture that. We'll just have to see how we progress this morning if we go there. So. Yeah, I think that's it for VIX, so not a whole lot else to say. It is starting to get down there into some symmetrical extremes. It's already at, actually, if you look down here, it's already where it was just the other week when we got this kind of pop there. but it's still nothing really in the grand scheme of things. Moving on to SPY. SPY is pretty straightforward. There is a possible ABCD set up here going back to, looks like March 30th. Come up and then complete the CD leg here and lines up just about with trend guide reversal. There could be a little bit higher for your trend guide reversal zone. SPY is basically unchanged from where it was at here. So in any event, so you get your first zone there on the upside, supply demand low, full ADRs, monthly trend guide, weekly trend guide with both reversals, gap fill in there, and then there's a structure from the horizontal ray at that 419, 96, 97-ish spot. I guess, you know, if you think we're going to get moving further, then, you know, watch for this gap fill, this daily cheat. That'd be tier 2, but it seems like that'll be pushing it. So moving back down below, you got trend strength reference point here. Inadvertently reran the algo this morning on SPY, and so it's because of where I ran it in, it's picked up the point of control stuff. We'll see if we like that or not, not sure. For these main ETFs. In any event, trend strength reference point, combo high volume node, and supply demand low. Down lower, you have trend guide, and I'm debating like if you go ahead and pull up trend guide to include the tier 1 daily cheat or not. I mean, tier 1 daily cheat on the low side is 413.52. So 60 cents. It does look like there's a little bit of structure there, kind of where we came down and big wick sucking it back up there. So in any event, underneath you got monthly pivot, weekly pivots. I'd ignore this rectangle low stuff there, and then combo high volume node tier 2 daily cheat. So I just combine these into one. If we decide to fail, it'd be about $7. We'd be moving on kind of the outside experience. We did have some bigger ADR days here. They just gotten sucked into the average of being so kind of low. So in case we do fail, you've got weekly trend guide, monthly trend guide stuff right there. There's also the tier 1 end of week cheat and the tier 3 daily. Of course, there is the 20-day right there. And yeah, I mean, I guess it also looks like there's the March 24th daily anchor VWAP. So this would be pretty extreme. This would be way kind of outside of the ADRs here, but it's, I mean, it's certainly possible. You can say, hey, what the hell, you didn't go up, you know. Okay, well, yeah, you could watch for this gap fill as a div, like I mentioned before, but I mean, that'd be an $8-ish, $9-ish move, so that is different, right? This would be $7. Anywho. Qs. Alright, so Qs on the upside, algo picked up the monthly trend guide reversal, weekly trend guide reversal, full ADRs up here. There is photo right there, I didn't include that. Underneath, you've got your daily trend guide reversal, and under there's a gap fill, April highs, which was also last week's high, and the bottom edge is supply and demand at that 323-ish level. Really, if we start breaking out this, like, I don't know I will care at all. And let's see where the Qs are at presently. Qs are at 322.40, so they're up near this spot here. So if they take this out, like I don't know I care about anything and would look too short until we get up to this stuff. I mean, I'd watch price action and see if they get some kind of reaction off of the tier 1 daily cheat. But man, I tell you, like, there's a ton of open space in here. And so, anywho, underneath, trend strength reference point, last week's highs, March highs, and then there's some structure historically at that 321-ish level. Break all that, then we would go down lower. You got trend guide, tier 1 daily cheat. You know, I'd be cautious on this one here. You've got your swing anchor VWAP lower. Maybe it comes up and joins and give me some more confidence there. I'd really kind of be looking to see, do we give back all of this move if we start to fail and come down and attack full ADRs. Combo point of control. Again, also reran this one this morning in accident, so it picked up all the point of control stuff. And if we skip that, then there's this combo high volume node tier 2 daily cheat. And then if we do decide to give it all back, going back to Thursday, if we decide to give all this back here, then we break down much lower. And so we added the monthly trend guide, weekly trend guide, supply and demand. And then you get your cheat just right there. So be interesting on that one. Moving on to ES. So ES, pretty interesting overnight. Not a lot of movement, but still, 15-ish points. First kind of rejection, we adjusted this one here. If you look left, you can see like this was the failure point a few weeks ago, and that's kind of where we're at. So structure, supply demand, overnight highs is kind of where we've been, playing at. We're still around this same level. We're 41 to 87 at the moment, but this is the kind of first one. Above that, like trend guide reversal is there, but looking left, really liked and wanted to see. If you look way back here, we got this 42.17 here on the daily, which is in our adjusted supply and demand zones. It's also with the tier 1 daily cheat, so like I don't know if I care about that one as much. I think I'd rather see it come up and grab this. And if we skip through those pieces and say, all right, we're going to rock it much higher, then it would definitely watch. This is a bigger zone here. Naked VA, tier 2 daily cheat, weekly trend guide reversal, supply demand, gap fill, monthly trend guide reversal. There's just a lot of stuff right with this zone here. And full ADRs are even higher. I did not include actually anything above there, but above that stuff, let's see. If we decide to keep going past that, it's open space really until you get up higher to weekly trend guide reversal 2. And what's that tier? Yeah, that's up much higher. That's weekly photo. Okay. So downside, trend strength reference point, swing anchor VWAP, coming down lower still. You've got your trend guide. Trend guide there with naked VA. Underneath that, MPP, WPP, combo, point of control is really nice and cool to see how monthly and weekly pivots are just right at the same damn spot, basically. But anyways, right there you've got that, and you've got this swing anchor VWAP there from the 27th, right? Yeah, 27th looks like right about the open, or candle right before the open. It looks like, so right there in that bigger zone. So, candidly, if we lose this trend strength, I'll watch trend guide, but I think I'd be more interested in this bottom zone here. Underneath, you've got your full ADRs 20-day, which has the daily anchor VWAP just a little bit lower from there. And then we added this zone here, combo high volume node, naked VA, weekly trend guide, monthly trend guide, etc. Supply and demand, so be interesting off of that one. NQ, noted possible ABCD type of setup there, going back to March 28th. So lows, obviously bigger than a 50%, but that's a pretty significant reaction there. So it is one that we noted. And so, you know, possible upsides, right? You get your gap fill, horizontal ray with structure, whatever else, full ADRs up here at that 13,530-ish level. Underneath, monthly and weekly trend guide reversals as well as photo ADRs. Looks like there's a naked VA right there too. Under, you get your daily trend guide reversal combo, high volume, high value area. I always say high volume. Anywho. Don't have on this one, but you're going to have a swing anchored VWAP joining right about from the lows here with trend strength reference point there. Just double checking another chart to make sure I'm not fibbing there. No. Yeah, you will. Okay, I'm gonna have to reload everything because it looks like one of my charts is not updating there. Interesting. It stopped updating overnight. Although the other chart is... Okay. Sorry. Anywho, trend strength, daily trend guide, I'll zoom in there. So, trend guide, combo point of control. Underneath, you get your MPP, weekly pivot, supply demand low, full ADRs, and then fail that, and you got your combo. If we decide to get all this back, I mean, this would definitely be a potential area here. That'd be really massive if we did decide to get all that stuff back. But I mean, I would watch for this monthly, weekly trend guide. Looks like there's an NV POC right there. I can't really tell. It's at that 950-ish level. But yeah, if we get this stuff back, I mean, you get your 20-day and daily anchor VWAP from April 25th right here at that 13,050-ish level. So I guess you'd watch that potentially for a div right there, right? You know, kind of watch that area there, and then watch this area. If we decide to fail and hold lower, I should say. Alright, gonna move on there. So RTYYM, gonna get through these to get over to CL and GC. So pretty clean on RTY. Basic zone there, monthly trend guide, the highs. Underneath, you got your weekly trend guide to tier 3 daily cheat. Under, we bunched these two together, so you had kind of a combo div, and we just grouped them, ignoring the photo ADR. So you get your daily anchor VWAP, high volume node, last week's highs, and some structure there, as well as full ADRs, and just pull the 50-day into that block. And then ignore the ADRs, the photo ones, and just look for this kind of tier 2 daily cheat, gap fill, and combo high volume node right there, right at the 18. So not a lot of space between the two. They're definitely divs. There's ones that, if we decide to break through here, go up and kind of attack and set a lower high here, or do the lower high there. So just got to kind of watch and see. If you're going to trade this, would have definitely up to carry, XBI, MDY, etc., and see what we're doing there. But right now, I don't seem to want to get through this zone here lower, which is your monthly pivot, high daily anchor VWAP, 30-minute swing anchor VWAP, and then the point of control in here, and then there's the gap fill from just the other day. It's not marked, but you can definitely see there has been some structure in trying to hold this swing anchor VWAP trend strength reference point overnight. It's there. It's just so in the middle that I just didn't go back and include it, and the algo didn't pick it up. It just wasn't enough stuff there. Down lower though, you do get trend guide with a swing anchored VWAP, combo high volume node, and then supply and demand high. Underneath you get your supply and demand supply and demand low with photo ADRs, and then breaking down lower, weekly trend guide reversal, combo high volume node, and then your tier 1 and a week cheat. YM didn't make any adjustments to this other than this kind of structural area. We can't seem to want to break through there on that one. So it's interesting, at least to my eyes, on that and kind of what and how things are going to progress through there. Starting at the upside, you got your monthly trend guide, weekly photo, ADRs there, and then just underneath, I mean, really relatively close by, 40-ish some points separate the two. I guess you could include actually the weekly trend guide up into this one and keep quarterly trend guide by itself. That may be a better way to go, but yeah, that's what you got on that side. Lower, monthly trend guide reversal, weekly trend guide reversal, tier 2 daily cheat with the full and photo ADR sandwiched between the two of them. Under daily trend guide reversal, the tier 1 daily cheat. Again, with that structure stuff there to watch. Under, you end up with your trend strength reference point, combo high volume node, tier 1 daily cheat, supply and demand high. And then we get to good royal flush zone with trend guide, monthly and weekly pivots, point of control, the tier 2 daily cheat, and supply and demand low. This would be a pretty big give back here if we decide to come all the way back down, and then yeah, photo ADR is kind of a divish level there with 20-day. Gonna have the daily anchor VWAP probably getting close there, but lastly you get your monthly, weekly trend guides and your combo high volume node 4 right there. Closing up in the last two, we got CL. Let's see if CL has moved much. Yeah, it's lost a little bit. It's inching closer to this trend guide zone here. It is pretty right in the middle of where all this stuff has been, so it's noted, but it's not top of my list of things that I want to take a trade off of. It has been kind of a bigger volume-ish area from looking at things, but you know, there's just more stuff lower there. That quarterly pivot, weekly trend guide area there, it is the tier 1 daily cheat there, last week's lows. So yeah, we added these two zones, so full ADRs, tier 1 and a week cheat, naked BA. This would be a decent move because we've already traded $1.75 in the overnight session. Decide to fail that, then would keep an eye out for lower with supply demand high, gap fill, and structure at 72.92. It also gets to kind of the lower edge of this range box there. It might be closer to 72. But then further, you get your supply demand low, tier 3 daily cheat, monthly trend guide reversal. Now, all of that said, if we decide to reverse and push back higher, you get your weekly pivot, combo point of control, and then you also have a gap fill there at this one here, which is what we're noting. We noted this block here. Just interesting that you got the 20-day right there and naked VA, so forgot to call that out with a note there, but that is an interesting one. And then up above that, you get swing anchor VWAP, trend guide reversal, combo high volume node, full ADRs, monthly pivot. Like, this is a big zone there with all those various pieces. So really, we just combined this trend guide reversal and this one here. It just made sense to combine the two, really just so close to each other. Pushing above, you get your high weekly anchored VWAP, high volume node, gap fill, last week's highs, and then some structures. So the 79.01 would be, my recollection is this wick right there. Going back to where we had that low from the gap until we decided to close it, obviously here. We closed this entire range gap and kind of filled this volume pocket between those two. So last is just your weekly trend guide, gap fill, weekly photo ADRs. You do have a daily, tier 2 daily cheats there. There's also an NVPOC in there as well. And then last is GC, so start at the top here. I left this on here just to call out, like, this to me should now be removed. Just like these to me were kind of like wicks that held, but then this structure here, yes, it was overnight, but I would just go ahead and remove that trend line so you won't see it on the charts for tomorrow. So starting up at the highs anyways, combo high volume node, tier 3 daily cheat. There's also a naked VA in there, and you can see there's actually been some structure back through here as well. Underneath, also have a naked VA. You have last week's highs, and you have your weekly trend guide reversal. And then pretty immediately below, we end up with combo high volume node, March's highs, tier 2 daily cheat, and the full ADRs, with a much bigger zone underneath, with trend guide reversal, monthly pivot, high daily anchored VWAP, and weekly, as well as your tier 1 daily cheat, photo ADR, supply and demand high, etc. So just a really big zone on this one here. We decided to keep pushing on GC. That would be a pretty nice one to watch for, because I don't know I would care as much really about this weekly pivot 20-day. It's definitely there. It is something to watch for, given that it's the look. So it's definitely one to watch for and whatnot there, but I mean, I tell you, I would be much more interested in that zone. Excuse me. Much more interested in this zone up higher. Monthly pivot, NVPOC, daily trend guide, like that's just a much bigger zone. It'd be more interesting to watch than this weekly pivot 20-day daily anchor. I mean, yes, it's there. Yes, it's the look. I'd just be more interested in that one there, but we'll just have to see how it plays out here. We are pushing into that zone now, so in any event, ignore the trend strength. Just way too much crap in there. Trend guide reversal. Probably should have actually dragged this down a little bit to capture the swing anchored VWAP. That March 13th one just continues to hold. But you've got that zone there, NVPOC, trend guide reversal, naked VA, high volume node, etc. Further below though, and this ADRs are going to have moved since we have been continuing to push up here. Now we've been playing with 1998. So full ADRs will have moved a little bit, but still looks like they're still in the same zone. So photo ADRs are still in here, with full ADRs down lower. There's a gap fill above. Missed marking that. Just would really treat it more like this, where you get your full ADRs and VPOC. Although I guess if full ADRs have moved up, they'll probably start getting closer and closer. And so you just take this div and move it up to grab the tier 3 daily cheat, gap fill, etc. If we do decide to have a failure, then would really watch out for this lower edge. Tier 1 end of week cheat, naked VA, supply and demand low, weekly trend guide 50, and the daily anchor VWAP. So this would be an amazing look setup on this one. Saw the same thing if we look back over here on ES. Once I get there, like we got to this, the look piece. I mean, that's really sweet there. 50-day daily anchor VWAP and big push off of that, the look setup there. So in any event, that is it, folks. I obviously need to get some water or something. I got the frog jumped into the throat here, so going to call it. Hopefully everybody has a good day, has a great week. Should be a good start to it, and we will catch y'all later.